Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this special broadcast right here on the Riley King Network. You are watching free coverage of Trump versus Biden 2020 presidential debate right here on the Riley King Network. The debate begins at 9 p.m. and this is free coverage of it right here on the Riley King Network. Welcome back to your free coverage. Let's begin now with more of your free coverage. Now, let's talk about this. So today, Biden and Harris released 2019 tax returns. Let's take a listen to that video.
Hello everyone, I'm Riley King, and good evening, and welcome to this news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Biden and Harris released 2019 tax returns ahead of first presidential debate. Today, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris released their 2019 tax returns today ahead of the first presidential debate. And that's it for this evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another news report. Good night. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay, and there you go on that video. And now let's take a look at the ABC News pre-coverage right now. Let's listen into that.
So you're going to try to make Joe Biden the issues, make purpose fathers to try to make Joe Biden the issue tonight. Hunter Biden, we expect will come up as well. But as you know, that New York Times report talks about foreign payments the president has gotten over the last 4 years, being in debt over $400 million. Some intelligence professionals calling that a national security risk.
I think that's ridiculous. I mean, anyone who's in real estate looks at leverage. Even the New York Times pointed out, Trump Tower's worth is $500 million. If he has a $100 million mortgage on it, that's 20% leverage. Typical leverage would be 70 to 80%. That's not a risk. There's a reason for this. They don't talk about the $50 million in taxes paid through payroll taxes and other stuff from Donald Trump's businesses. So they take this snapshot where they can take the good, but they don't actually talk about the full picture. They don't talk about the truth. They don't talk about the jobs created in those businesses. The reality is this: if people have a problem with the tax code, talk to Joe Biden. He's the guy that's been legislating these things for 47 years. Joe Biden took advantage of loopholes in the payroll tax to do the same thing and to save $500,000 himself. That's what people do. If you have a problem, talk to the people who've been creating the American tax code for the last half a century, and that's Joe Biden.
The last tax bill that was passed by your father, signed into law by your father, and then he pointed out that his business has got benefits from the tax bill. But I have one final question. Was it a mistake to lower expectations for Joe Biden coming into this debate?
I don't know. You see, I'm not so worried about the 2 hours of a debate or a 90-minute debate. I'm worried about the other 22 hours of the day where Joe seems to struggle, where he's on a teleprompter. I mean, he hasn't had to campaign the same way. I mean, I know people, honestly, George, running for a first-grade class president that have spent more time campaigning than Joe Biden has for president of the United States. He's been doing debate prep for the last 2 months. That's presumably what he's been doing when he doesn't have to be on the road. But again, when you have a mainstream media that will sort of let him get away with that, to not answer questions, that's difficult. So I think Joe Biden should do fine. He's been doing this for a very, very long time. This should be his happy place. So we'll see what happens. But, I don't know. I think my father's got to be my father because that's what he is, and that's why he's delivering results rather than repeating the same mistakes of people who have been career politicians.
Dr. Jr., thanks very much for your time tonight. When we come back, the deputy campaign manager for Joe Biden, Kate Bedingfield.
Right now, AARP's working.
Okay, and we will be right back with more coverage of the free coverage of Trump versus Biden 2020 presidential debate. We will be right back. Do not go anywhere.